Sure.
Alright, so... starting from where we last left off, y'all are officially fleeing the Underdark.
Oh yeah, we fought the not dragon thing.
Yes.
And I shot him. I stuck that.
You all are currently fleeing the Underdark.
Yes.
You have Gragnar's grandfather and his siblings with you all as you're all running away. After about an hour and a half to 2 hours of running, you find that Grandpa is out of breath. He's not really able to keep up with you all. And he's being helped by Sneaknar in order to go ahead and continue.
What if I pick him up?
You can go ahead and try to pick him up.
As if he lets
I want to pick him up.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to him and like lean down and be like, "Hey, I can carry you. I hope this isn't a problem, but you look exhausted and I want to help."
All right. Yeah, you don't even need to roll.
Okay.
When you go to lift him up, you feel something moist and warm around his side, and he looks at you, and you pull your hand away, and there is blood.
Gragnar!
Ah.
He's hurt.
What the? How? You know what?
Aaron, you just introduced this fucking character. You're gonna fucking kill him off.
That's a stupid question. I was about to ask how that happened.
You know, it wasn't like y'all were in full combat for an extended amount of time while separated from him.
Hang on, let me check to see what I have in my inventory. I think I might have something to like wrap it up with.
The best I can do is cauterized wound, but that might kill him, so...
We're not doing that. The last time you said that, you said you were gonna blow somebody up.
He, the grandfather simply like waves you away. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Is it?
It's fine.
And he proceeds to cover up the wound. We need to go. If we stop,
but
catch
I
up with
am
us.
carrying you.
And he sits there and he goes to debate, but he's very short on breath. He seems to be... Dragonborn don't sweat, but he seems to be very exacerbated. As you lift him up, he's very light. Even compared to like Gragnar, he seems to be maybe half the weight of Gragnar. For the first time, you're really taking a look at him, Snack, and you realize how skin and bone this Cobalt is. He doesn't look like he's been eating well for months, if not years. Despite the fact that Gragnar left merely a few weeks ago, Gragnar has been the same weight and seemed to be the same health. And I need you to roll the insight check for me.
Me?
Yep. You're the closest one to
I
him.
need to get on roll 20. I forgot.
Oh, you know what? Same.
That is a 14.
So,
I get a negative in insight.
as you look at him, you know, you also begin to hear his stomach growl. You see that he hasn't really eaten anything, but Gragnar's siblings, Sneaknar, and a couple of the other kobolds who were with him all seem to be very healthy. It crosses your mind that he may have been passing up meals to make sure that the younger kobolds were well fed.
Is there anything that I can do for you?
Just keep moving. We don't need them to catch up to us.
Fine.
Is
No
Viera
questions.
with us?
Viera is with y'all. She is currently leading the way, actually, as she follows next to Sneaknar ahead of the group.
I'm gonna walk beside Seraphina, and I'm gonna look over at her while I'm carrying the grandpa, and be like, "Hey, Seraphina, do you think that you can do that that hands thing you did before? Maybe that might help."
I can try. I don't know if I can do it on command.
Stop
worth a shot.
wasting time. He's in your
We're
arms.
walking and talking. Deal with it, old man.
And he grabs you by your hair and kind of tugs you towards him as you're carrying him. Don't waste your skills. What if they catch up and you need to heal somebody who's actually capable of fighting?
You are capable of fighting.
He looks at you and snarls a bit.
Yeah,
Make sure he does what he's supposed to do.
he is going to do what he's supposed to do.
Hasn't yet, and he kind of throws shade towards Gragnar even while he's bleeding being carried.
Look, I don't think you should be even arguing with us. We will do what we need to do to save our own, and you are our own. You will have to deal with it. If we decide to save you, we will save you, and you're just going to have to deal with that. Don't make this a pride thing. We're moving. We are going along. We are not stopping. We are just doing our jobs, and our job is to help you right now. Why do you think I'm carrying you? Why do you think I'm asking for help? You need to know how to ask for help. That's what
you said snack off.
The old cobalt looks at you and laughs. You think I don't know how to ask for help?
Then
I'm
accept it.
old as fucking dirt. Maybe someday I'll get a daughter again. That's what I look for. This one over here, he's got stuff to live for. Maybe he'll find himself a nice lady or something, or maybe Sneak will finally stop actually sneaking around and say hello to people. And you see Sneak stop for a second and kind of snort and continue to walk. He starts... Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I forgot that we haven't done any rest because I have 6 hit points.
Yeah, you guys haven't rested yet because you just got a combat like an hour.
Well, we can't exactly stop because Grandpappy's getting mad at us saying keep moving.
and as you say that, he starts ranting about his family. As you all are talking, he's ranting about his family and how like they've all made mistakes and how he just wants them to live happily. Da 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 da. But there's almost a snicker behind his conversation this time. It's more like he's reminiscing about like all the stupid shit his grandkids have done and his great grandkids have done, versus like
Gragnar.
versus like chastising. And he starts kind of talking this way as you all begin to travel. As you are moving, about an hour later, which he hasn't really stopped talking, he's just kind of started mumbling. You come to a point where Viera and Sneaknar both turn a corner and say to follow them. As you walk forward, you would have missed this if it weren't for them telling you, but there's a small path that peels off that blends in. Whenever people talk about caves and how caves naturally form, there are times where you miss entrances purely because of how they look from an angle. This is one of those times where if you had just looked at it, you would never realize it was an opening. And they take you into a spot about 30-40 feet away from that opening, and you can see a light in it.
And the time we died.
As you all come
We're going
out,
into the light.
Finally.
you guys realize that you have made your way to... Let me show you. I'm going to actually bring it up as a screen share on my end.
Oh my god, so fancy.
Is that fancy to you, Demon?
It's so fancy, oh my god.
Is that fancy to you?
It's so fancy, oh my god.
You're a whole ass demon from the void, and that's fancy to you?
Nah. Only sometimes.
So do y'all see my screen that I'm sharing?
Yeah.
I can.
Oh,
Okay.
There we
there
go.
it is. Ooh, so fancy. Oh my god.
That's a whole ass map.
Map so pretty, oh my god.
I can't tell if he's frozen or if it... Oh, there it goes.
Both.
Yep.
Mine's still loading.
Not a vibe. Fight the computer.
Oh, it crashed.
Well,
Wah, wah.
And we lost our DM.
F.
oh no!
I'm the DM now.
No, the fuck you're not.
Everybody roll for initiative.
Everyone roll for death.
Roll for death. If you die, you make a new character.
if you die in the game, you die in real life.
Yeah, you die in the game, you'll die for real.
I'll mail you the bullet. There you go.
Oh god, no bullets. Don't bring them back. We don't need land sharks.
Alright. Do y'all see where I'm showing the map?
Yeah.
Okay.
Near Dara Kivan.
Darakivan is where you came from.
Oh my god.
But when you had entered Darakivan, you had actually traveled around into the back end in order to not be noticed by unwanted eyes. You're actually coming out more around this small mountain peak here, where you can overlook the sunset for the first time in what seems like weeks.
How long have we been down here?
Couple days.
You've been underground for almost a week and a half to 2 weeks.
Wait, what the fuck?
It does not feel that way.
Remember, it took y'all quite some time to travel underground when you first got to before you got to the goblin.
Oh, yeah, because we went to the goblins and we went underground, or underwater or whatever, into the cave thing, and then...
I thought that
we went
only took like
underground.
2 or 3 days.
Nope. Because you were on the run above ground for a while, and then you went underground. Because each of these shapes is a 2-day travel.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Anyway, go on.
As you come out, you can see the sunset, and Gramps gets quiet for the first time.
Oh my god, please don't be dead.
He looks out. Put me down.
Oh, sure. And Snack's just gonna like lean down, put him down.
And he walks to the edge, and he looks out. I've never seen the sun.
Really?
Not one. And you see that the other Cobalt siblings also kind of sit there, and they look in awe at the grass and the trees, the sand in the distance, as this is the beginning of the desert area. And they hear the birds. The look on all their faces is amazement. And Gramps laughs, and he looks at Gragnar. You've been keeping this all to yourself, hmm?
It's kind of only nice during sundown. Any other time, it's kind of just a hindrance. It's nice to look at, though.
I mean, it's nice to see the sun after however long we've been down here.
I like sit on the floor. I miss Daisy.
Wait, who's Daisy?
My donkey.
Oh, that's right.
Gramps.
The wonder donkey and her pouches full of dukes.
Oh. I'll explain later, but she had a badass exit, I'll tell you that much. She's alive,
Oh, no.
mind you.
I love that donkey.
I do too. I do too.
As you all sit there and take in the fresh air for the first time in a long time, Gramps waves to Gragnar. Sit here.
He sits down next to him.
And he...
Before they start talking, can I try to like, I guess, make the hole that we just came out of? Can I like try to cover it, or if they're coming, can I like slow them down?
You haven't heard them for about an hour to 2 hours.
Oh, we're
You guys ran essentially about, in total, 4 or 5 hours, and about an hour and a half to 2 hours into it, you stopped hearing pursuers.
Gotcha.
Okay. You don't know if they've gotten quieter or what, but you haven't sensed them or seen them with your passive perception and all in this. Sit
Okay.
down. Right. So.
He takes a seat next to him.
That's the first time he's ever called you grandson, by the way. He's always called you by your name. I'm sorry.
For what?
Throwing you out without any warning.
I mean, you didn't exactly have a choice. It was throw me into the wind or probably more than likely I would have died.
I wish you could have grown up with your siblings.
It would have been nice. I have fun teasing Snack. I have fun with Snacknar, not Snacknar, Sneaknar as much as a hard time I give him.
Thanks.
And he reaches into his pocket, which you see that as he pulls back, there's a lot of dried blood.
Mm-hmm.
But it still looks like a very bad gash. Reaches in, he pulls out a small bag, and he sets it to the side of you. Your mother was collector of trinkets, much like you. I wanted to give this to you, but I didn't have time when you had to leave, so... Here.
He'll take it. What is it?
Is it a green satchel? Like a small one of those little pocket bags, like the Crown Royal bag, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And inside is a little golden carving. It looks like it was actually made out of raw gold. And it looks like a little golden carving of a kobold. In anticipation of your birth, she carved this. Molded it with her own hands. She said that you were going to be special. We all thought that she had simply gone ill. After all, she was passing away before our eyes while you were being born. And I think she knew that you would be something great.
Did she, though?
Look at it, and look at your horns. And as you look at it, you actually see that the horns, the shape of the face, why crude, very much do resemble you. Your mother used to talk about dreams she would have. About you traveling the world and helping people. Crippling those who were problematic. Freeing other kobolds. And striking down those who would treat us poorly.
Well,
She had lots of dreams about you before you were born.
I can't entirely lie, but I have done a few of those things back in the town. Like I said, we had a situation and there were some younger kobolds involved and we did free them. And I'm not sure if they died, but we did take out the people that were in charge. It was actually pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie.
I thought Vaughn hooked them in.
Two of them were taken in, one of them
Yeah.
died,
Oh, that's right.
being a distraction to protect you all.
Yeah.
He sits there and he smiles a bit.
Even with, like, the few things I have done since I left, I'm keeping a straight face with the entire thing, but I can honestly say that I don't even think overwhelmed would explain it. I really do not think I'm going to be able to live up to exactly what she's expecting me to do.
And Gramps smiled. You already have. And I'm proud of you. And he's tearing up a bit as he says this. I know I've been rough. I know I haven't been the best parent or guardian or whatever the fuck you call it. It's not usually up to the males to grow the brood. But I am proud of you. You've seen this world and you have taken it in. If you can bring the rest of our clan to this place, that would just be a bonus. I am proud of Gragnar. I just wish you could have had a better life.
And
A less
Gragnar
difficult life.
And Gragnar just hugs him.
And he sits there.
But anybody looking behind him is looking at Ragnar's face behind him. He is fucking terrified.
Zach is just gonna give you like a double thumbs up. Like, you're doing great.
Serafina's just kind of standing there like, it's beautiful.
I lean
Gragnar?
over, like, this is so touching. What are their names again?
Gragnar,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take you to the private DM room.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
So Gragnar, as you hold him, he leans into your ear. It's deep. And he hugs you back. I don't have another.
What'd you say? You broke up for a second.
It's deep as he hugs you. I don't have another day.
I mean, Serafina can probably do something and help you.
I'm tired. Bury me. And do what you need to do. I want to see my daughter again. I want to see your mother. And there is no place for me to go.
As much as I want to say that you're wrong, you're not. You're really not.
Those from up top. I'm sure you've noticed treat us differently.
Very much so.
But again, I am proud of. I'm going to rest for the first time in almost 100 years. You know that the average lifespan of a kobold's fairly short.
Usually because they die from getting in fights or doing something dumb.
You've never heard of a kobold living to be And it sinks in that he has done everything he could to stay alive as long as possible to make sure that you and your siblings and your cousins had the best possible life.
I don't really have anything profound to say to send you on your way, Gramps, but... And I don't know how much this means, but... As much as you talk down about yourself about not doing a good job, you did a pretty damn good job raising me and everybody else, even when I was a handful and a half.
Glad. And with that, he's going to break the embrace from you, and we'll go back to the regular session.
Holistic type of thing, but are you telling me that this can only be done through your family line?
Usually, yes.
Huh.
With
And, go ahead.
Oh, yeah, Gragnar separates from his hug with his grandfather. And the grandfather smiled. He looks extremely tired. And he gets up. And he starts limping down the side of the mountain. The other kobolds will follow him. And Gragnar, you know that traditionally, in this scenario, kobolds choose their last resting place.
He is gonna Yoda him.
No.
I'm suing for emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
And so you are not expected to, but can follow.
I will follow him.
And he works his way down on his own. Sneak tries to help, and he shoos him away.
I'm gonna keep an eye out though, you know, because it'd be extremely tragic if he would just get snatched up by a really big bird.
Oh no.
God.
I just thought about the rabbit that was let free and then grabbed by the
Pretty much.
eagle. Just...
Pretty much. Ragnar's
No!
following behind
Why
him,
did
but
you
he's-
put that in my head?
It takes about 30 minutes for y'all to walk down this very steep hill. Gramps seems to be doing fairly well despite everything. But as he works his way down, it becomes more and more obvious that there's a trail of blood that he leaves behind him. Vera gets very quiet and proceeds to walk beside Sneak, who seems to be trembling as he walks.
Are we following or?
If you guys so choose to follow.
Snack probably wouldn't. This isn't her tradition, and she doesn't want to.
Yeah, I feel like
Interrupt.
Seraphina would be like, I feel like this is a Gragnar family thing that we should.
Yeah. So
They
what we could do is we could
back
stay.
on, so
Oh, you know, that's fair. Definitely
Yeah.
need to like wind that baby back up.
yeah.
So you
do
guys,
what?
so you guys will now be officially taking a short rest while
Okay.
this
Okay.
happens.
Yes, please.
Gragnar, as you follow, there's a large green at the foot of this mountain. It seems to be growing
Right.
into the stone.
Sorry, I have a question really quick.
Yes,
So for short rests, how do we do that for HP and spell slots?
Roll your hit dice.
you can. Yeah, you can roll your hit dice as many as you like in order to gain HP. In long rest, you get everything back. Short rest, you would get back certain spells and things so long as it says so for your character sheet. As you...
And sorry, you probably just said this. I wasn't paying attention. What about spell slots?
So, depending on your class, you may get a certain amount of spell slots back, or you may not get any unless it's a long rest.
I believe it's
Okay.
warlocks are
I
the
will-
ones that get spell slots back on short rest.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I think too.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I don't know if you do this because I don't remember if it was an optional rule or not, but last I checked, you can use sorcery points to get spell slots back. I don't remember if
You
you
can.
Oh, I don't think I took.
It's a meta magic ability.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah, I was
magic
like, I don't think I
ability.
took it.
Got my short rest.
No, it's like just like a base sorcerer thing. It's not like one of the things you have to pick. You
Oh.
can just use sorcery
Yeah.
points to get back spell slots.
Spell
I
slots,
think
yeah,
it's, I think
It's
it's
meta
one
magic, but
level-
it's different. It's
Yeah.
different from the chosen meta magic. It's still technically, yeah. No, you
Yeah.
basically spend your points to get spell slots back in case of like emergencies. It's a safety for like
Okay.
sorcerers who burn through really quickly.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I believe I double check on it because I'm not 100% sure. I'm pretty sure it's 1 point per level. I think. Let me double check. I can pull it up. But continue while I look at it. Look it up.
Gramps walks under this tree and he sits and he looks at it. And it's like watching a kid see something for the first time and the wide eyes there. He's smiling. Ragnar.
Yeah.
You've already succeeded in bringing part of your clan.
I guess I have.
Again, I'm proud of you. He sits and he leans back. The tree almost seems to wrap around him as he looks into the sky. The rays of light from the sun setting hitting through the branches of this fairly large tree. Sneak stands beside you and he's trembling. It's at this moment you realize that Sneak is the youngest of the brood. But it's very much like him to be... He's been acting like the eldest to take care of. He sniffles. The other kobolds, the other 2 or 3 there, also sniffle. The chubbier one pulls out a biscuit and sets it in front of grandfather. It's a common thing to give the passing a final gift, so that they may give it to the horde on the other side. Sneak pulls out his dagger and puts it beside Gramps. And the others, one by one, do the same.
Hold on, I have to look through all my random bullshit I have. Did we ever decide which rough cut gems I have? Because I have 6 of the rough cut ones.
You've got a couple rubies, a couple emerald, and I'd say 2 rough cut diamonds.
I'm gonna give him one of the diamonds.
And he sits there, and he smiles at you all. For the first time ever, you see his tail flick, as if he's enjoying this moment with his family around him. And you sit with him for 2 hours. Until finally, his breath leaves him, and he passes away.
And without
Including
skipping-
you,
Mhm.
including you, there are 4 descendants of your clan still left. And they now look at you, the new head of the family.
Yep. And without skipping a beat, he starts digging his hole so they can bury Gramps. Doesn't say a word.
You all begin to dig, and it only takes you about 30-40 minutes to dig a hole deep enough at the base of the tree. And it seems like the perfect spot. There were no roots or anything in the way. You put him in, you wrap him up, you bury him with the trinkets, and you cover him. Sneak stands beside you. He didn't stop talking about you while you were gone. We've talked with the others, and we're gonna try to find a place that you can come back to.
So you're going back down there.
No. Grandpa said that once we leave, we wouldn't be able to go back. We're gonna try to find a place up here, in the desert.
Oh, this is gonna fucking hurt. I pull out the fucking bag full of rough cut gems. I'm so angry I have to do this. And I give him the entire bag.
Oh.
What is this for?
If in the situation that you can need food or something that can possibly get you started on something, these should be able to get you more than enough food. if you can manage to find a safe way to get into one of the towns.
Oh, towns. Ah.
Like I
You were
said,
thinking about foraging.
it's a fallback just in case. You know, like how the people down below have all of their money and all of their stuff to start off. Here's the beginning of your horde.
And Sneak kind of takes it, kicks the dirt. I'm sorry. I've treated you poorly.
You treated me poorly. I treat you constantly terribly. Mainly because I have a lot of stuff going on with me that I probably need to unpack. But I just like fucking with you.
The others proceed to look at what you've given them and are all wide-eyed.
Mm-hmm.
And the chubby one kind of scratches his stomach and he goes, Gragnar's horde. And then the other two go nodding as well. Gragnar's horde. And Sneak shakes his head. He looks at you. Congratulations, you're a god now. And he laughs a bit with you as you snicker.
Question, do you have a crossbow?
And he kind of looks at you. He's like, this isn't a trade. I thought these were gifts.
Oh, no, not even a little bit. I was just asking if you had one.
And he reaches behind him, and he has a small crossbow, actually made specifically for your hand size. And for a human, it looks like it would have been a human child's crossbow.
I give him half of my Fester bolts and half of my advanced Fester bolts.
Ooh. And he looks confused. Didn't you want this?
I will mention this difference. Of course,
Okay.
You have your regular crossbows. These are to be used in situations that, when the motherfucker you're fighting really won't fucking go down, hit him with one of these. And then he points to the advanced Fester bolts. I used one of these on Davnar back in the cave. I wanted to use 2 to make sure it was done, because I'm not 100% sure if he's dead, but he sure as fuck is gonna feel that.
Okay, this will help hunting a lot.
Yeah, just be careful with them, and don't, poke yourself with them, because I'm pretty sure you'll die.
I don't think they should use them for hunting.
Maybe don't use them for hunting, because it's gonna fuck up the meat.
There you go.
Okay.
See, look at him being responsible. He's gonna come back and they're just dead from the poison he gave them.
And so, with you talking with Sneak, the other kobolds have looked to you and they're looking at Sneak. And as far as they're concerned, since you are going on your adventure, you have put Sneak in charge of them. And so they kind of stand back and are sitting there. These are your cousins. You didn't know them as well as you knew Sneak. Sneak, being your sibling, proceeds to hug you for a split second, and then stepping back. Let's go.
And I'll watch them go off.
And they proceed to walk around the back end of the mountain. You see them heading into the desert. They follow the edge of the mountain, and I can tell you right now, I've already rolled for them. They do well for themselves.
Thank fuck.
So do you see on, let me show you my screen again. Do you see where these 3 mountains meet? They actually create a base, a home here.
Okay.
There's sufficient amount of rundown from the mountains that come into this space that they'll have water, they'll have food, and they'll try to make a life there. And
they will succeed to make a life there, Aaron.
And Gragnar, for a split second, something comes across your mind, a place, a haven for Cobalt, for any from the Underdark. And while you stand there alone, you see in the distance a small village slowly build into a town and then a city. And it's like a vision that crosses your mind, and as you watch, you see a statue built. But it doesn't look like you. It looks like a dragonborn with wings. But at the bottom it says, "In the name of the heir and our lord, Gragnar." Your eyes begin to hurt. Your head hurts a little bit, as if you're being pulled back into the moment. You watch everything reverse itself, and you find yourself back where you were, standing at the foot of the mountain, at the foot of a tree, at the foot of your grandfather's grave. Where do you go from now?
He'll spend a couple more minutes with Gramps' grave.
Goodbye, Gramps. And he'll head back up the mountain.
So while Gragnar is, I guess, heading back, is Serafina with us? Or not Serafina, Viera?
Viera is with you. Viera
Okay.
watches from a distance. You can actually see where this all took place. It's about, considering it's down the mountain and at the foot, you could see the tree that grandfather was placed under. You couldn't see exactly what was happening, but Viera doesn't look away until Gragnar gets back.
Serafina, she's gonna walk up to Viera and, Viera, are you aware of my, I guess, what the Kingdom of Ashengard does with their family?
Viera looks at you. The Ascension.
Yes.
Despite how it occurs being a close family secret, it's not uncommon for scholars to be aware of it. I've known my fair share of scholars.
How the hell was that thing able to ascend without a temple?
I'll ask you this. Is a temple necessary for worship?
I mean, not necessarily, I don't think.
Would a cleric still be able to heal someone without a church?
I suppose so.
Would a demon still be able to curse someone without an altar?
No, I suppose not. Or, I guess they would.
I don't know about how your people do it. And I only caught a glimpse of him as he transformed when I looked underneath to see you all fighting. Is it normally that painful to watch? And yeah, it's normally very peaceful ascension or growth.
Yeah, it's nothing like what we saw.
And yet it has the same result. He seemed to change due to his new dragon goddess, as he put it. Is it possible that you are dealing with someone equal to Bahamut?
Would I know, DM?
You know
Is there
that
any equal?
there is one.
I know out of game, but
In game, you know of Tiamat, and you know that there are those who worship dragons as deities. But dragons haven't existed for the past 500 years, as you keep hearing recently. Dragons haven't existed for 500 years, or at least haven't been seen. And your knee-jerk reaction is Tiamat, but it wouldn't make sense for Tiamat to show up in person. So you're not sure.
The only one I can think of is Tiamat, but that doesn't make sense.
And Vieira kind of looks whitey for a second, like, let's hope that's not it.
Look, y'all know more about what's going on than we do. And I feel a little out of the loop, if I'm being honest.
You're telling me I just got here, like, what, 5 minutes ago?
I know. Tell me about it. I've been hanging out with them for a little over a few weeks, but here's my thing. No matter what the situation is, we're just going to have to handle it as it comes to us. Because we are no closer to the truth, and making speculation isn't going to help our situation. Just speculating that they are connected to some other kind of dragon god or whatever. It could also be a complete lie or an illusion of some kind. I don't know. Like, magic is crazy. Magic can do many things. Magic is a lot, honestly. But we really should just take what the information we have now and find out more later on. But making speculation about who or what it could be isn't going to help the case. It's only going to scare us. And why get scared of something we don't know?
Vera looks at you and smiles, spoken like a true warrior.
I'm not necessarily scared. Well, I am, but I'm just more disturbed.
I'm not scared, you're scared.
Don't be scared. I'll help you out.
Quick thing, I did find the thing. It's called Font of Magic. For a first level spell slot, it's 2 sorcery points. For a second spell slot, it's 3. Third is 5.
Gotcha.
So, if y'all wish to continue talking, feel free. But
can I look around to see if I can forage any, like, berries or something that I can find?
Oh, I was gonna say, I got like 10 days worth of rations in my bag.
I have 7 technically, but something for Gragnar.
I have none because I ate all of my food.
Yeah, don't give him more than 1 ration. He will devour it within seconds.
I was like, do you want some jerky, a little lizard?
Please, I really hope you do. So, I guess since we're resting now, I'm gonna start a fire, for us to, like, sit around, since the sun was setting, right?
yes.
Or was the sun going up? Yeah.
The sun was
Since
setting.
the sun was setting, I don't want us traveling at night. I'm just gonna start gathering, like, sticks and twigs and things that can burn pretty easily, and just gather some things.
Do y'all camp at the mouth of the cave, or do you camp out closer to where the trees are? Because you're right on the edge of the desert, where the desert starts and the greenery ends.
Probably the...
I was gonna say maybe like the mouth, so we have at least some shelter if it rains or something.
That's fair. Yeah.
All right.
We haven't heard them in a while, and we'll have to keep an eye out, so...
So you all begin to forage and things like that. Snack,
Gragnar
you said you're
takes
looking
his
for
time coming up there, by the way.
That's fine.
Snack. Roll survival to try to find some berries or fruits that are edible.
Hey, I get a +1 in survival. That's a nat 20.
Goddamn.
Hey, baby.
Hey!
Uh-huh.
So right at the foot of the first thing first, right at the foot of the mountain, you do see some brush, some what looks like very dry brush, and as you scrounge through it, you actually find a hair that has been snagged in the brush and can't quite get out.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant like hair. Like I was like, what?
No, a large rabbit.
All leave got caught in that box.
I'd be like, get through here.
And then on the back end of the tree that Gramps was buried on, you find a blueberry bush. And it seems to be thriving very well. You're able to see several bits there. And it almost crosses your mind as if a joke that Gramps' one last, like, nagging thing, make sure you get a good meal. You know?
Away from everybody, while I'm, like, gathering these things, with that nat 20, can I say that I found a few flowers
Yes, you find a few flowers that are known to grow towards the edge of the desert. They bud at night in order to go ahead and take in the dewdrops, and then during the day they close up. And as you look at it, you see that they've just started to bud open as the sun sets.
I'm going to pick a few of them since they're rare flowers. I'm only going to pick like like maybe 3 or 4, and I am going to place them on top of his grave, and then walk away. That is the most that I'm going to do for that, and then I'm just going to keep gathering what I can, and then head back to the camp. I'm not even going to tell anyone that I did that because I don't know if it was inappropriate.
Do you take some of those flowers with you?
Yeah, I'll take like a couple of them.
Okay. Gragnar. You see Snack come up top, and you recognize those flowers. They're known as Midnight Dew. They're great for sleeping potions.
Ooh, I know how to make that.
So Snack's gonna sit down and stoke the fire, get it going,
And
then just kind of like walk over to Gragnar and be like, here you go. I don't know how to do this. And she just kind of like gives you a flower and then walks away.
He'll take it, and he kind of just like puts it. He puts it in the fucking jar since there's nothing in there yet.
You all are able to rest really well. Can I go ahead and get a collective perception roll? Each pick 3 people, and each person rolls a perception.
Ooh, what's everyone's perception?
What is my perception? Let me check.
Let me pull that up real quick. Hold on.
Don't
Are we doing
pick-
passive
Oh, wait,
perception
what
or
the
straight
That's
perception?
You're rolling
Don't
a
pick
perception
me.
check.
I
Don't
get it.
pick me.
I have
Plus
a
1.
1 in perception.
I have
I
a
got a
0.
+3.
Ooh, okay, so me, Seraphina, and Sam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh? So who
Rolling.
rolls first?
Well, I just rolled a 14.
Okay,
Okay.
so 14.
So we'll say you take first watch. You roll a 14 as you contemplate what's going on and what you've seen. You're not fully there, but nothing gets by you as you're watching, the ground from up high. And you check behind you on occasion, no one's coming.
I would say Sam take next watch.
I got a 12.
So you seem a bit stressed by everything that's happened. Since you've met your friend, you've been chased, someone attempted to murder you, a lot of someone's attempted to murder you,
My leg twice.
lost your leg twice, and you met some weirdo that led you into caves, which you followed, by the way. And so you're...
I will say, like, I'll probably... So Sam's actually going to take off her leg, like, from the base, and, like, rest her nub for the evening.
You sit and you massage it as the time goes on, and you're just trying to de-stress. So you don't see a lot going on, but nothing sneaks up on you or anything like that. And last roll.
I don't know if anybody wants to say anything, but Gragnar's up like half the night just
That's a-
staring at the fire and then eventually goes to sleep.
That's a 13. So Snack, whenever it's Snack's watch, she's gonna sit up. She's gonna be like looking around with that 13. She will be looking around. Hey, Gragnar. How are you doing?
I will be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know.
I didn't know him very long. Obviously.
Yeah,
He seemed nice.
he had his moments, but he meant well.
I hope it wasn't out of place for me. I did leave him a few of those flowers that I gave you on his grave.
No,
If it was, then I could remove
no,
them.
not even. I mean, to be honest, we're kind of building new tradition now. Considering our old traditions, throw them in a fucking pit.
If I'm being honest, new traditions are better than the old traditions if they were assholes about it.
Yeah.
But maybe you can hold on to the good ones.
I will certainly try.
He still has like that, like, it's not as extreme as it was when he was hugging Gramps, but you can tell that it's something's bugging him, like, a lot. I'll say that much.
So, do you want to talk about anything? Because I want to be honest with you, man. Like, I don't know how to do this. I know how to drink. I know how to sail. I know how to load cargo, and I know how to work. But I don't know how to work people. Much less kobolds. So if you want to talk, you can. With me.
It's just he's always talked up about everything Broodmother said about me growing up to be great, doing this, how I'm supposed to come back and protect the clan and avenge all these people. Then my ancestor shows up saying the exact same thing, that I have to avenge the clan, and just it's a lot. It's a lot to just take in, and it's a lot of expectations that are just kind of placed on me. A
lot of weight on your shoulders?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of weight. And it just feels like I feel like I'm just gonna let them down. Like, honestly, I feel like anybody else within the clan, within my brood, probably would have been a better choice. It's like, I feel like I'm not going to be able to...
looks like we got a nincompoop in the motherfucking building.
I fucking hate you, Cassie. God damn it.
It's just a lot to live up to, and I feel like the absolute best I'm gonna manage to pull off is just disappointing them. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna turn into a dragon. We saw what happened with fucking Gragnar. He just got really fucking mad, and all of a sudden, he does everything I'm supposed to do in just one moment. Like,
Yeah, well,
does Seraphina hear any of this?
Seraphina, you took which watch? You took second watch.
First
or
watch.
first watch.
First watch.
So you would have been asleep. You know what? Take a d20, roll it flat for me.
I got 13.
That's enough. You gasp, waking up from the exact same nightmare as before.
Well,
Remind me what that was.
Walking through the air, peacefully, blissfully, falling as it feels like something from your back was being ripped from you.
Okay.
If it makes you feel any better, Gragnar, I heard that he did it completely wrong, so let's not do that. Let's not do what Dave did.
he did.
And as you say that, Seraphina jumps up, literally sits up like
Jesus
scream.
Christ! I'm sorry.
He may have done
I'm sorry. Nightmares.
I mean, he may have done it wrong, but at least he did something.
Yeah, well, doing it wrong doesn't mean it's right, obviously.
What are we talking about?
Well, Gragnar doesn't think that they can live up to the expectations that their grandfather set, or the clan. I think that you'll do fine. You're not alone in this. I mean, we'll help you get to where you need to go, or be. I mean, you kind of stole my potatoes, so still need you to pay me back for that. But we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But the point is, you really don't have to put that expectation on yourself. You have us now. But seriously, about the potato thing, you owe me money.
But, like, as bad as it sounds, it's like I want to say I can depend on it, like, the people around me, but, like, I want to be able to do things myself, because there always could be a situation where you guys won't be around. Just look at Gramps. He's always been there, and he died with the clan still in shambles, his name torn through the fucking ringer, and he's been banished and told to be killed on sight.
Yara rolls over, and you realize she's been awake this whole time as well, as she looks you straight in the eye. She just rolls over, just like, but he died happily. And proud of you.
I feel like
Zach's gonna look over at Sam and, like, nudge her awake.
I feel like his pride's
Oh, what
misplaced.
was that?
Hey, we're having a moment.
I feel like his pride's misplaced, but it's nice to see that he died happily.
Sit up. Shh.
Why do you think it's misplaced?
Just because he's had to deal with so much. You see how it was when we first got here? He's had to deal with that the entire time I've been here. Me just being a little bastard and messing around with Sneaknar, just the whole 9 yards and stuff like that, and I'm completely oblivious to everything going on around me. Yes, he shielded me with it, but you guys spent 5 minutes here and immediately understood just how bad things were here.
So, are you just afraid of what exactly?
Everything.
The unknown?
Honestly, like I said, I have no idea how I'm going to do any of the things that they said in the prophecy that's supposed to fucking happen. I don't even know where to begin to unpack any of that. And
Gragnar, I know exactly where you're coming from. In my family's traditions, those who bear platinum colors are said to be the next in line for the throne. And as you can see, and she shows her hair and all that, I was supposed to be next in line, but I decided not to because of personal preferences, I guess.
And at this point, I will also say that when you are showing your hair and you kind of show off yourself, your sleeves move down and you see platinum scales have begun to appear on your arms.
Oh.
Oh, that's new.
Oh, see, new
But
things every
anyway,
day.
yeah.
Booyah, am I right?
Basically what I'm saying is I know what you're saying when you're afraid of the gigantic fucking responsibility that's placed on you. Out of nowhere, it seems.
Look. I know I've only known y'all a few weeks.
It's been like a couple.
But-
It's been like a month or like if not more.
It's been a while at this point.
Look, man, I was unconscious for some of that, but listen.
What the fuck? Holy shit! It's like pouring down outside.
I'm willing to help you guys. Y'all are the first real friends I've had, so, you know. Sam doesn't
What
count
about
because we
Sam?
fucked, but that's different.
Shit. I could have been fucking back asleep. Damn.
Oh, well, I wanted you to be a part of this moment so that, you know,
Oh,
you can get
yeah.
to know everybody.
Oh, I appreciate it. And you know what, Graham Cracker? I think
What the fuck?
that's his name, right? Graham Cracker?
No, Ragnar.
Ragnar.
Oh,
Fucking
oh,
hell, Sam.
Gragnar. I'm sure you're gonna be alright. I'm sure you'll be fine. I don't know half the shit that's going on, but I'm sure you'll be alright. You got that fire thing. Yeah?
I had to do a couple of things for that to even work, and Still technically didn't really do the job.
But you got it to work.
Take the compliment. Take the fucking compliment.
You roasted a couple of those little gremlin bastards down in the cave, though, huh?
Oh, jeez. Sam,
Yeah.
that's his kin. They're not gremlins.
That's not kin to him.
No, that's not kin, but you know what? We'll get there when we get there. This is a process.
They were also bearing the emblem of my kingdom, which concerns me.
What is your kingdom?
Ashengard.
I also don't know if you guys heard it whenever
Neighborhood.
Dave Nar transformed, but it sounded like there was a big ass something down in the basement. So that's
Yeah, I did hear that.
Hey,
fun.
DM.
Yes.
Would Sam and I know about Ashengard or have any details about Ashengard?
You would. Even though you guys were pirates, you had done several official
Pirates?
jobs and.
Hey, no, I was a sailor.
Because you were a pirate.
Even though y'all were. Yeah, okay, you considered yourself a sailor. The rest of your crew knew what they
I was
were.
hired as a sailor. I didn't know
You
they
were
were pirates.
Yeah, well, here we are. Things to find out.
Well, now I know they're pirates.
You were privateers, yeah, air quotes. You were privateers.
Wait, no, Snack genuinely thinks she was just a sailor, though.
I know. That's the best part about you guys crossing your stories is that
the lore.
that Bootstraps is like, oh yeah, my ship would have been my ship, pirates, and you were like, yeah, that's totally our background. I'm like, okay, I guess that Snack thought that they were like legal, and they weren't. So.
Yeah, she definitely did.
Nope.
So even though y'all were privateers, you were hired on several times to deliver goods. But you've only ever heard of Ashengard. You've never been because it is considered a one-state kingdom, meaning that it is a kingdom in one area big enough to be recognized by a lot of different places.
Well,
You've heard
according to the
rumors.
map, we are not that far from it.
No, you are not.
Oh my god.
So you guys are currently
Is it
here.
the fucking tank again? Oh my fucking god.
Yep.
And Ashengard is here. You are, if you were to walk it, which it takes 2 days to... These are driving, it takes 2 days to get across these posts. So
only we had Daisy.
you're quite a ways out, even though it's not too far to walk, per se. Essentially, what you know of Ashengard is that it is a place of knowledge and magic, and a lot of people go there to learn about magic. And it's spoken a lot in the same breath as Jindalia. And is often compared to Jindalia as second best. Which can ruffle the feathers of some of the scholars who work at Ashengard.
I don't know what Jindalia is.
So Jindalia is a location
fucking
where
mess.
another clan who states that their lineage comes from a white dragon teach sorcery and have been known to even teach the Kingdom United's sorcerers. It's only recently that Ashengard has gained the ability to teach sorcerers from the Kingdom United. And even then, it's on rough grounds because the Kingdom United seems to be very upset with the idea of... A lot of nobles seem to be very upset with the idea of learning magic from dragon folk.
Okay.
Basically, you know of the smack talk for Jindalia.
Yeah.
You've met a couple people in your life. You actually vaguely remember a young sorceress meeting her when your father went to meet with the head of Jindalia. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Who was very much in the same situation you were, was overburdened with the idea of taking over for their family, and you two bonded for like a day about that before having to go your separate ways. Okay. But basically, Ashengard, magic place with lots of scholars and weird magic that nowhere else exists, such as transforming in people permanently, almost like a polymorph. But permanently, like I said.
Which is why I was saying, oh, hey, thank you, David, for the fucking sub. But, fuck, I lost what I was gonna say. Oh, I was gonna say, that's why, right before, like, the rituals and shit, like, they marry off people, and then they have their babies, and then they do the ritual. Because you get sterilized once you're transformed.
Hmm?
That's rough.
Yeah. Which is why they killed my husband. Because he wasn't who I was supposed to marry.
Oh, damn.
You were married?
Yes.
For a month.
Ah.
I essentially left the throne. Told them I didn't want anything to do with the ritual or anything with the throne. And me and the person that I was seeing at the time was not supposed to be who I was supposed to be betrothed to. So we eloped, and then, yeah, they put a hit on him. And
Do you still have that letter?
I believe so, yes.
If you want, you can pull out that letter and show it to him.
Yeah, and here you go. You want to look? I hand it to Snack.
Snack's gonna skim over the letter.
Okay. I think
I don't remember what it said. I just know it essentially said that I was supposed to be learning my place, and that I shouldn't be walking along people below me and come back.
What a crock of shit.
I can read it to
I'm gonna be
you.
reading it over her.
Go ahead and read it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Letter to Seraphina from Alzahar regarding her life as an outsider to the Sessi clan and royal lineage. Seraphina, you have chosen to leave our clan and family. Banished though you might be, your blood is still our own. As such, your purity is ours as well. You have chosen a mate that is not suited even for you. Though you may live in any hole or mud pit you choose, you shall do so alone and without such pets to soil our name. Any refusal shall be seen as a heresy against not just the crown, but our provider Bahamut as well. Leave them and live your lovely life without a name or future, like the disgrace you are. Kingdom of Ashengard, Lord and King, Alzahar Cecily.
Damn.
Alzahar sounds like an asshole.
He is.
Most
I
def.
hate him.
So I hand the note back to you. If somebody had sent me this, if somebody had killed my betrothed, I'd probably kill them back. And then, you know.
He's gonna lean into Snack. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, hell yeah, we're down. Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I am at the ready. Let's do this.
My uncle has not been a great king.
Oh, so we're assassinating a king now? Oh my god. I'm hitting all the marks today, huh? Just consider me an evil bitch. I am down.
Serafina's gonna turn to Viera. It's like, you're still in on this, right?
Vieira looks at you exhausted, but with a slight smile. I figured as much when I saw you. And when I read your mind. And she rolls over and goes back.
My mind?
Hey, Viera, that is not okay. You don't just go into people's minds like that. I would know. It feels violating.
Vieira rolls back over. This time Vieira like puts their hand on their head and like props himself up. I've read every single one of your mind.
Oh shit.
Because
Snack is gonna like jaw drop, slowly turn to Viera. You what?
How dare you?
let me ask you a question. Vaughn, does he seem like he's smart?
I
He's caring. He's caring. Above all else, he's caring.
Okay.
To a fault. If you come to him in need, he will help you, even if he knows you're trying to kill him. Because out of the chance that he'll help you, out of the chance that helping you is what you really need, he'll do it. The scars on his back are because of that. My goal, my job, is to make sure that anyone lying to him, I know if they're lying. And if need be, I deal with it. Your headache at the clothing store. I had a headache as well. I didn't read your mind then, I read it before. But you have something in your head, and she points to Snack. Something that makes it very hard to read.
Is it the booyog
the rune?
It's not the booyog or the rune. That's magic. What's in your head isn't magic.
Yeah, brain.
Brain cancer?
No, it's not
That's
brain
gonna look at
cancer.
Serafina like, what?
It's not brain
Do you know
cancer.
something I don't?
There's
It's the game
something.
thoughts that are impenetrable.
There's something attached to you. And it makes it very hard to read. But it also makes you a bit of a beacon. I could find you out of a crowd of 100,000, I'm sure.
That's not good.
And Vieira just
trying to
looks at
hide.
you. But I try not to pry because as far as I can tell, you don't know anything about it.
I know nothing about myself.
If you would like, I can help with that.
How?
Repressed memories.
Repressed memories?
I could help you pull up some repressed memories. It's very obvious you have them. Your reaction to
What?
stress, your reaction to bad scenarios.
Magic?
You have a knee-jerk reaction to nearly everything and anything not normal, and then you gaslight yourself into believing that you are normal.
I am normal.
I rest my case.
That's like gaslighting myself. I am stating facts.
Then what's there to fear looking into your past?
It was what?
You know what? You know what? Yeah, I'll do it because I have no fear. I have no fear of my past. I will do this because I have no fear. How about that, huh? Yeah, no. Somebody who's scared wouldn't do that, would they? I'm gonna do this.
You sound scared.
I'm not scared.
You sound compensating.
I'm not compensating.
Lay down, and she'll sit down, and she'll put her lap out. Lay down here.
Okay. And Snack's gonna lay in her lap and then just kind of like blush and avoid eye contact with Vieta. Just like,
Oh, please. I don't even need to read your mind to know what you're thinking.
Everything else go burn.
Serena likes the guy. She likes the dude.
Yes, but you like both, don't you?
Ah.
She put her fingertips on the side of your head.
I could have told you that.
Sam, this isn't about you.
And she tells you to close your eyes and relax.
Okay.
I'm going to count backwards from 10. And when I do, I'm going to put you to sleep. Alright?
Sure.
Are you willing to rest?
Yes.
Okay. So you are now a willing creature for what's going to happen.
Oh boy.
Meaning I don't have to roll.
Okay.
She starts 10, 9, 8. And as 7 is said, it begins to sound longer than usual. And then 6. And before you know it, you're asleep. To everyone else, Snack has fallen asleep in the lap of Vieira. You see, however, from Vieira's hands and her eyes, a violet, faint glow. And as you hear this, you, from the outside, will see Snack almost peacefully sleeping.
don't think I've ever seen her peacefully sleep.
I don't think I've ever seen her peaceful.
Well, you would know more than me.
Oh, trust me, she's always on it. She's always like that. Isn't enough ale or grog in the world.
All right. So I'm pulling up some music.
Uh-oh.
So, Snack.
Yes.
As you sleep, you find yourself back home with your human parents.
Hey.
And they are sitting on the porch of the house that you used to live in. And you're out running about playing. And you're just enjoying yourself. And you hear something rummage from a distance. And as you turn around, you see the edge of the forest. And then it's several years earlier. And you're in the forest as probably about 6 or 7 years old. Your mother calling out for you as you are laughing and giggling, running through the forest, obviously ignoring your mother's call. And you come across what appears to be bone.
Oh.
They look odd to you. They're bigger, thicker than what you've seen before, at least one pair, and the other pair seem to be very small. Human size, but small in comparison to the others. And it looks altered somewhat, the skull. Not by much, but altered. You reach out for it, and there's a flash of a scream. And you see 2 people running, holding something in the arms of the smaller but still green individual. It looks like an orc man and some sort of green woman with freckles across her body. You proceed to reach away, scared at 7 years old, and your mother, your human mother, reaches behind you, grabbing you and pulling you. And it's almost like your whole body is pulled back as well. Not just by your mother, but back in time. And you come to a point. Give me just a second. Where I'm gonna start this music. It's fighting me. Sorry. You smell smoke. Play?
This is some happy music for a burning village.
Is there like a skip command or a next song command?
That's what I'm trying to do.
There it goes.
And then I'm gonna try it again. All right. Give me just. I'm so sorry.
Happy the platypus.
I need a platypus. Wow, I did that way too good. Oh no.
Do the Perry voice. Do the Perry thing.
Wait, can I do it?
No.
So,
Perry the platypus.
coming back,
Yes.
you smell smoke. And you hear this crackling noise in the background, and the world is fuzzy. You hear an unfamiliar voice in an unfamiliar language as what appears to be a cloth is pulled from your face. You realize that you're an infant, and you see the woman above you with a strange face you've never seen before, standing above you. She calls out, and an orc man comes as quickly as he can to your side. You now exiting while being carried, this small hut see an entire village asunder. It seems to be a mix of orcs, halflings, lots and lots of different races and ancestries all in one place. And in the distance, you see blue eyes glowing, riding horses. They look like demons, monsters, but as you focus, you see that they're seers.
Oh.
They proceed to run through burning the entire village, absolutely rendering it asunder. This woman carrying you proceeds to run into the forest, and for a split second you can understand what she's saying. And you realize that you're crying, wailing. She comforts you and says, "It's okay, my darling, it's okay. They won't take you again. They won't take us again." She's hiding behind a building still standing while the flames burn. She tries to shush you, but you will not stop crying. Finally, she jumps as that orc man comes around the corner. "Honey, we need to leave. We need to go now. The others are not going to make it." And you can see her lips pierce and pinch. Her face contorts as she proceeds to shake her head. And they run through the smoke and into the darkness. You're pulled again to a new space. The smoke and the fire has now taken this forest that small village was leaned up against. And in the distance, you see mountains. Those mountains seem so big and so scary. As you hear voices in the distance, you see lights flashing and what appears to be magic missiles firing around, lighting anything and everything asunder, fire and brimstone, ash falling from the sky around you. It cuts to a different scene of quiet, silent, as you're being held in the arms of who you can assume is your mother. She weeps into the arms of your father. She asks, "Did they come for us? Is that why?" And he just sits there in silence. All that matters is getting her to a safe place. All that matters is that they won't experiment on her or torture her anymore.
Fucking excuse me?
It cuts again to right outside a clearing. You see a familiar house on a hill as your mother sits holding you. She looks beaten and torn and tired. Your father is seen leaning on a tree, bleeding, as he lays down in the grass and looks at her with a smile. Your mother runs to the door, knocking quickly and then setting you down and running. And then the door opens and a white light takes. You wake up in Vieira's lap, sweating. For those watching Snack, you see that Snack had become unhinged a bit, thrashing in their sleep. Vieira trying to focus on keeping you in the moment. And just as Snack goes to wake up, there's almost a feedback loop that causes Vieira's nose to bleed. Vieira pulls their hands away, shaking. And she looks at you, confused. She obviously wasn't expecting to find anything. Let me go ahead.
Hey, what's up?
So Snack's gonna sit up.
What's up?
And
What's
it's
up?
kind of like
Welcome to
wipe
the
the
void.
sweat
Thank you
from
for
her
the
brow
raid.
and just go, yep, just as I thought, perfectly normal.
Well. Look at Mr.
So
Steve.
he's gonna look
It's
to
going good,
Vieira
it's going
knowing
good.
that that's bullshit.
We're doing some exposition stuff real quick. Thanks for the raid. Thank you,
I'm going
Bowie.
to go ahead and post an image of what your mother looked like.
Okay.
Is she thick?
Yo, back up my mom.
What? I need to know.
Find an image.
It's important.
I need to know for research reasons.
For research
Yeah,
purposes,
for
it's
art,
fine.
for art purposes. Yeah.
It's
But yeah,
all
thank you for the
lore.
raid, Laurel
Yeah,
Live.
sure.
It is
For
much
lore
appreciated.
purposes.
Welcome, new people. My name's Literal Demon. I'm a variety streamer. I also do writing, and we also do. I'm a Void Demon,
Sorry, I had it in a
and we do
folder. I've been
writing
saving
and
it
other
for a
stuff like
while.
D&D. Welcome to the Void, and hopefully you guys enjoy your time here. Thanks once again. Thank you for the raid, and what's up, Sar?
Actually, no. She's
Hey, thank you.
she's actually
Oh my God, this
pretty
big ass
thin,
raid, Jesus.
considering all things.
Where's the picture? I want to see.
Where's the picture?
Well, I want to see my mom's
Yeah,
picture.
yeah. I'm trying to look respectfully.
Disrespectfully.
God.
Your mother's a gift.
Ooh.
Whoa!
Oh.
Hold on.
Wait, what? That's my mom?
Hey,
That's your
yo!
biological mother.
Hey, you.
Hold on.
God.
Hold on.
God damn.
That's not human at all.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I thought she was half human.
Uh-oh.
Definitely.
You were half orc.
Oh.
Oh,
You declared your character as half orc, and you thought you were human. You told me in your background. You said, and she thinks
Yeah,
she's
I said
half human.
Snack thinks she's half human. I gave you full like.
Oh,
I gave you
Lord, she's
full
gonna
reign
send me
on
to
whoever
PP,
my
which led
mother
me to
was.
find the community. Hey,
Wow,
fuck
that's
yeah.
cool as shit. But
Well,
also,
thank you for leading them here. I make terrible
Hang on.
content,
So,
but welcome.
before we Before we move on from that, I am going to state one other thing. Is Snack can Snack try her best to just hold the image of the
Don't copy
seers that she
paste
saw in
these,
her
Stevie.
head? Like, can she keep that memory?
I was very confused for a second. I typed that
Roll
manually. Ain't no
wisdom
way.
save.
A wisdom save?
That's the best thing I can think of because you're trying to hold on to knowledge.
Shit, I get a -1 in wisdom. Come on, dice. Oh, that's not bad. 15?
Oh shit, Poggy.
You recall the image you saw of the seers, the knights. Their armor looks very similar to what you've seen before, but it was all black. And it seemed like there was quite a few of them. And again, you remember traveling through a forest and mountains to get to wherever you were. You know that your home was actually... Your home was actually over in Cross. Or actually, no. It was Black Path.
Oh.
You had a small village on the edge of Black Path. So, if you think about where you came from a forest through the mountains, it crosses your mind that the only place that matches that description is coming from the Kingdom United.
Oh.
DVD counterfeiting. DVD counterfeit. These
Yo,
nuts in your mouth.
what does
Got
that
him. I
mean?
win.
That means Snack is a refugee from the Purge, when the Kingdom United went through enslaving many
Oh.
non-human or elves.
Oh.
They sound
Oh.
lovely.
Interesting.
And with that, we're going to end the session.
Oh.
Damn.
Lord,
We got so much character lore in this.
We really did.
Next,
been-
next week, Sam.
I have been setting on this shit since I started, because the minute that you told me you wanted to change from the Rune Knight to the Scion, I was like, I got you. Gith exists in this universe. I got you. That's how you got your powers, bitch.
Got him. Caught lacking.
So wait. Explain to me how does that work with my powers?
Gith have psionic abilities due to being experimented on by mind flayers.
Oh, shit.
Oh, that's how you can do telekinesis shit with your axe.
Oh, that does make sense.
Hey,
Ooh, look
thanks
at
for the
that.
follow. Thanks.